Welcome to today's conversation on Quotes by Source, which is my daily live series where I'm coming to you live to share some of these ideas, concepts, sometimes reflection prompts, and many times transmissions that will help us become unstoppable leaders of our life and be divinely led. So there is a word that I'm removing from my dictionary. There is one word that I've already removed, which is should. But today I want to commit to you this officially that I am removing the word quickly from my dictionary because as I sit to reflect on my journey so far and also the conversations I've had with my clients, the one word that has slowed down my evolution, my growth is quickly. The moment I attach this word to anything that I want to do or have, or B, the moment I attach this energy of quickly or quickness, I actually slow myself down. So let's have this discussion how that happens and why do I feel like I need to remove it from my dictionary and why I'm actually advocating that you also do the same. All right. So let's go. I would love to know, of course, anytime that you feel like this is helpful for you and for anybody else in your life, feel free to share it with them. The more it reaches to more people, the better it is for all of us. So, you might have also felt in your life that there is this hustle energy that we have all adapted to in this day and age. There are various reasons to it. There are systemic reasons, there are geographical reasons, there are also individual reasons. There is deep conditioning that have been done. So let me tell you how my understanding of I need to do things quickly formed in my life. Why I felt like I need to do things quickly. One of the main reasons I feel is because I have grown up with a mother who always wanted to be at the top of things. She is the kind of mother who's always like excellent. She's almost too perfect. And I remember that as a kid, even at 6 a.m. in the morning, if I wake up at 6 a.m., I would be late already. And I need to rush. I needed to rush through things. My mother used to wake up at 3:45 in the morning, and she still does sometimes. Um, and on days that she woke up at 5 or she wakes up at 5 even now, she feels like she is already late for the day. So that energy to rush through things, to do things quickly, she cannot sit comfortably at one place. She needs to do something, right? And because she knows that she's she has a lot of responsibilities, and because of her I can even have this conversation here because she made it sure that I go to the best school, best college, I get the education, and I go for the things that I want. But this energy to keep hustling even when you're relaxing, where I cannot even relax without thinking about how I'm wasting my time, right? If you are somebody also who's felt like relaxation is a waste of time and you need to be productive even when in your relaxation, this is the conversation that I want to have with you. So let's reflect on it together. So because of her, um, and I'm not blaming her. That is not I'm doing what I'm doing, and that is not what I ever ask anybody to do. But the way our parents behave in front of us, and if you are a parent, remember this that you are modeling to them how they would also want to feel. Okay, so if you are always in this rush hustle energy, you're also reflecting to your kids because for kids our parents are our role models, our guides, and we are always trying to get their attention, get their love. So we will do anything for them to see us, to love us, to sit with us. But my mother, for all the beautiful reasons why she did what she did, she could not allow herself to relax. She always rushed through things, and she still does. And it's not her fault, because I have seen that my grandmother, which is her mother, also does the same thing. So she it's a generational thing as well, where, and we can also expand it to the society that I'm part of, that women are always given multiple things to work on. So my mother is a teacher, is a lecturer, and because of her education, because of her zeal for us to do something beautiful, something meaningful with our lives, we were able to go through different things. I'm privileged enough to have a mother who went with what she wanted to do, what she wanted for herself and for her kids. And because of that, she had to manage household and the outside world as a teacher, her career as a teacher. So she was always juggling multiple things, and because of that, she never learned to relax. So, and that is what she also learned from her mother, because she was also doing multiple things, juggling multiple things. And she always says, my mother always says, that you need to be a multitasker. And now that is what I adopted, that if I am doing one thing, like, I need to, sorry, especially with relaxing. Like if I am relaxing, I need to also be productive with it so that I can relax. And if I've given myself 15 minutes, like 15 minutes, I need to relax so much that I have more energy. So even with the relaxing, we are putting this conditioning that I need to relax in order to be more productive. Now the thing is that it is true that when we relax, we get more energy to be productive, but it is not the goal of it. If I'm relaxing, the intention needs to be pure, or that I am just relaxing. And we are also not wired for multitasking. This is what we've been fed, that you need to be multitasking all the time. Actually, this is what is creating so much anxiety, because we are always rushing through things. We are always trying to do things quickly, right? Get the food made in like 10 minutes or so. Even so much of marketing, at least in India, we have so many food delivery apps which are marketing that we'll get you your food delivered in 10 minutes. And because of that, I feel like we have become this society where we cannot sit patiently. Our patience is lacking. And we are always rushing through things. Even to have this conversation where I'm sitting with you and talking to you, not a lot of people will be able to sit through this entire conversation, because our attention spans are decreasing. We are always rushing through things. We are not able to be mindful. And mindfulness and multitasking do not go hand in hand. If I'm mindful, if I'm more intentional towards living a mindful life, where I always remember where I am, what I'm doing, how involved I am with a particular thing, that I need to be there. Then the sets of eyes that I have, the set of eyes that I have, I need to be focused on that one thing. I cannot be multitasking in that moment. And if I have wired myself to be multitask, of course we can multitask, but do we have to? Is the question. We don't have to. We can actually, if we allow ourselves to sit with one thing at one point of time, we can actually figure it out more efficiently, if that's the whole point, than multitasking. Okay. So this is what I am deleting from my vocabulary, that I need to rush through things and I need to do it quickly. So quickly is the word that I'm removing. There is another word, should, that I've deleted from my dictionary. There's no should. I don't bother myself with any shoulds in my life. If, like, for example, I committed to doing these lives, it's because I really felt a calling to do these lives, to have these conversations, and it was never a should, that I should do this because this is the only way for me to become more visible, because it's not. There are multiple ways. There are multiple ways for people to connect with their people. This is my way. So it's not a should. There is no shoulds in my dictionary, because all the shoulds made me sick, powerless, I felt like my validation lies with other people, my parents. So removing should has helped me tremendously. And now I'm removing this another word, which is quickly. So I'll tell you the impact of it. So when I, even with taking a shower, if you tell yourself, I need to do it quickly, I'll just take a shower very quickly and then I'll be with you. If you have told yourself this, I wanted to reflect on it, because now I'll go into a bit of spirituality, which is what I love and thrive, because we are more than our bodies, but we connect to the spirit through our body. So our body is a temple. And if we are, and showering is just like removing all that is what is not required from my energy and from my energetic body, as well as this meat suit that I have acquired, that I live in. Sometimes acquired also, but let's not go there. But I live in this human world. So if I'm not even taking time to really take a proper shower, take a proper bath, then I'm not honoring the spirit that lives inside this body. That I'm not honoring the body, which is my temple. So when I started to reflect on how quickly I was taking showers, because I was always in a rush, and I realized, no, my life, my work are A, not separate, they are together, they interweave. And B, that my work, my life is a devotion to the spirit that I have, because it allows me to connect to that, to source, which is the collective consciousness, and even beyond our collective consciousness, because we can't comprehend something limitless with this limited mind. So when I am honoring my creator, my source, our source, can I rush? Can I rush through it? Can I do it quickly? The answer is no. And if that answer is no, then why do I rush through everything? I am rushing through the life lessons that I need to have, and that's why universe will keep sending me those same patterns over and over again unless I really learn and let them go. Similarly, if I'm rushing through life, it is impacting my nervous system. I'm not able to sit with myself. I'm not able to contemplate. It is impacting my creative thinking. It is impacting my relationships, because unless you can sit with the discomfort, unless you can really have uncomfortable conversations which require you to know yourself, because otherwise you'll be treated as a doormat, and that happens a lot. And you cannot vocalize what you really want to, so you suppress your emotions, and that impacts you a lot. So allowing yourself to be patient happens when you remove this urgency to put urgency at the top of everything. Of course, there'll be situations where you need to act in a quicker force, but quicker pace. But you cannot outpace your life. You cannot outrun your life. And that is what we've been trying to do, where we are actually focused on just letting all the life lessons come to us in 1 minute. And let me just quickly figure out the best way to meditate. And let me just quickly heal my entire life, my entire ancestral lineage, and everything. And just this quickly has habituated us to become attention has habituated us to become someone who does not have the patience to sit with herself, sit with God, source, universe, and really connect to what our deeper mission is. It has become, it has made us anxious. We are we're not able to give the benefit of doubt to others, because we don't have the ability to really understand a human, because we only want to see, okay, this is what they are telling us that they believe in, and we just quickly jump into misjudging them, right? So if you sit with your understanding of quickly, you'll realize how it percolates into every single area of your life. It really has shaped you to become this person who's nervous, who's anxious, who, even though on the surface you have everything, you still feel restless because you have attached a timeline to how quickly you must have achieved these things and how it needs to look a certain way. And you are not there, or you are there too quickly. So, the way you rush, the way you approach life is in a rush. The way you approach food is in a rush. The way you approach your own me time, which is like bathing and looking and putting even makeup, and it has become such a rushed process. And because of all of that, your connection to source is it's also a very rushed thing. You're like, okay, I'm trying to meditate for 21 days. Nothing is happening. I don't know what's there. Let me just, it does not work for me. Or I've been trying to write down and I've been trying to journal and it doesn't work for me. And even if it's something that you know it actually works for you, because when you did give it your time, your energy, your intention, it worked for you. And there were beautiful things that happened out of that connection. But now that you you have gone back to this rushed energy, not because you don't know what else to do, but it is how you have wired yourself. And I keep saying it as if I'm blaming you, but it's not about blaming. It's because I know that you are an empowered soul, you're powerful. Sometimes we take powerful decisions to make ourselves weak because that is what makes us powerful subconsciously. So sit with that, repeat, like, if you're watching it live with me, go back and listen to it again, because we are all powerful. We are using our powers either against us or for us. So how are you using your power? Um, so it's not that you don't have that connection. It's not that you can't sit. It's just that we have wired ourselves. And because we are wired, because we bought into this hustle culture, it became systemic because more people, so there is a system, there's a problem that exists, and we were able to give into or consume more of that uh, problem. When I say problem, I'm just talking about hustle culture, where, for example, how the algorithms work, right? So we think that the because of the algorithm, let me just scroll and scroll and I can control myself and I'm just scrolling. But even those doom scrolling or any kind of algorithm that has been shaped, it is it is shaped because of who we were when we were on the internet, and it kept evolving based on our way to approach it. And that is how life also unfolds in front of us. How we approach life is how life reflects back to us. So what I'm trying to say is that we don't have we are not blaming ourselves. We are just saying that I am a powerful being and I am in full control of my life. And with that control, can I let myself relax, ease out, and really let life unfold it in the way it wants to, and not put pressure on it to be of a certain way. And if it's not of the certain way, or if I'm not getting the certain kind of results, let me just quickly move on to the other thing. Let me just quickly find another strategy, or let me quickly rush through this phase of my life and go into another phase. You can't rush life. You and because you can't rush life, you also are not required to rush yourself. So this is what I have for you. I'm going to come back and have even further discussion on it. But I really wanted to come here because this is something that I'm doing today, and I want to anchor it with you that quickly is going out of my dictionary. Even when I started to record this, to put myself on. to come here and to do this. See, even here, I'm feeling maybe I'm wasting. I need to be quickly get to the point, but that's not right. If I am going to remove quickly from my dictionary, I'm also going to take my time to do the things that I want to do in the way that I want to. So when I was putting go live button on, I felt like I need to start with, let me just quickly share with you. And then I realized this is what I've been doing, and this is what I don't want to do. I want to have deeper connections. I want to have deeper conversations. Really want to sit with you, because I want to help you sit with yourself. This is how we change the world, right? Like, I'm not even kidding. If we can allow ourselves to sit with our thoughts, sit with our feelings, the world will be different. We are so much more powerful than we give ourselves credit to, because if we can learn how to live life in the moment without rushing ourselves to skip the moment, because I feel a bit uncomfortable, it all just becomes better. The more patient we are, the more patiently we can handle any life situation that is thrown at us, and the more beautifully we evolve as human beings, the more gracefully we can evolve. And every time I want to quickly do something, I'm actually slowing down my pace. That is the contradiction. That is what I don't want. I really want to have a beautiful human experience where I'm experiencing everything in its own time, at its own pace. And I don't want to rush this human life. I want to live as long as I can, and I want to enjoy what life has to share with me. And that is what I want for you as well. So let me know what is coming to you as you hear me, as you indulge in your own reflections about how you have lived your life till now. Have you been a participant in this energy where you're like, I'll just quickly do these things, I'll just quickly watch this video, and I'll quickly respond? Or have you allowed yourself to be patient? And as you have been more patient with yourself, do you see how you can also be patient with other people, with life? So this is Ishani, and I'm signing off for today. I will come back tomorrow for another Conversations Inside Words by Souls. Take care. Let life present to you in the way it wants to. Be patient. Be kind to yourself.